On a pretty regular basis, I get questions about how projects and solutions work and how you zip up the entire project and solutions and files that go with that solution together. This video is going to talk about that. First of all, I'm going to make a new solution. So it says project, but what I want is a blank solution. A solution is a file that contains multiple projects. It's going to be about some kind of topic, and the default location needs to be noted. You can change it, and if you forget where it's at, you can always right-click on the solution icon and open the folder in File Explorer. That way you can find it. Now when you look at the file, you'll see that there's really not a whole lot in there. Just some metadata, and that's perfectly fine. That's exactly what we expect to see until I start adding projects. So I'm going to right-click on the solution and add a new project. A solution is a collection of one or more projects. Let's say it's a database project, or a C# project, or a class library project, or a analysis server project, or whatever. Any type of project, it'll work just fine as an example. And now I'm going to go ahead and save it to make sure that it's registered. And what I mean by registered is if I go and look at the solution file, I'll see that that project file has been registered. Now the most common mistake I see is that people will somehow bring in a project from some other time on another location. What I mean by that is let me start up another instance of Visual Studio, and then I will make a new project. Again, it doesn't really matter what type it is. Let's take a C# project. It's in a. It looks like it's in the same location, but obviously it's not. Console App 8. But that doesn't stop me from adding it to my current solution. Add a new project or existing project. Go find that, Console App 8. Look for the project icon, and now it's in there. The problem is that they're in two different paths, and if I go to the property sheet, I can see the path. But once it's registered, my solution file makes it look like everything's in one spot, but you know it's not. It's in multiple spots. How the solution file keeps track of it is just by looking at the path. Go up a level, look for the folder called Console App 8, go down into Console App 8 subfolder, and then find the project file. That's different than the other one, in which case I'm right there next to it, next to the solution file. Starting from where you're currently at, drill down a couple subfolders, or one subfolder, until you find it. What I see all the time is people get things scattered. Let's say I want to add some files to my project. Let's say these files are under my documents, whatever that's going to be. Usually people have a tendency to put stuff all over the place, which is not good. I don't know. How about this one? Thank you. So now I think everything's in one spot because I can see it in the tree view, but obviously it's not. They're in very different locations. And what I see students do on a pretty regular basis is they will go to this folder. They will zip that one folder and somehow they think that all their stuff is going to be inside of there. but it's not. It's not in there. It's scattered in 3 different places. Oh, some things are in there. The multidimensional project is in there, but the C# project is missing. The document, the Excel spreadsheet I just put in there is missing as well. The way that you need to fix that is you need to, first of all, get rid of the things that are spread all over the place. Then copy those items into your solution folder. I got it open over here, so let me close it. Oops, that's not what. Don't do that part. Copy. Here, got so many of them over here. There we go, paste. And of course that other document, that Excel spreadsheet over here, whatever one that was, paste it in. Now everything's in the same folder as the solution file. If you want to make subfolders, and I recommend you do, documents, put everything in the subfolder. When you come over to your project, or your solution I should say, you can add existing projects to the solution. Look for the solution project file, and you can add files to the solution as well. Now notice that it will not actually represent. It will not represent the folder structure on the hard drive. If you want to make it look like the folder structure on the hard drive, you have to rename this to something that matches. This is a logical folder. This is a physical folder. I usually like to keep them the same name myself, just to keep it from being confusing. Now, what's on the hard drive looks just like what's on in the Visual Solution Explorer, Visual Studio Solution Explorer. I want that match. I want to make sure I save my work, because otherwise that solution file might not be updated. Now the solution file has a reference to each and every project and file that's part of that solution. Also, everything's in one spot. So when I go to compress this, to zip it, everything I need is in one file. That's it. That is the secret to making sure that when you have any solution that has multiple files or projects, that you get everything turned in correctly. Hope that helps.